Okay then, so it seems to me like changing the oil might be a good idea. I think I'll do just that before I go any further and forget about it. I think I'll just let it run out kind of slow. I didn't flip that little, this thing has a big round oil thing you drop down. It should have a filter up in there that you wash and clean up. This one didn't have a screw in the middle to drain it with, which a lot of them, as I recall, did. I'm wondering if that other motor has one. Maybe I could grab one off the other motor and put it on this one. If it doesn't. If it does, I'll take a look at that and see. Probably wouldn't hurt to get the oil and water and whatever else is in that other motor out of it too, I guess. I checked that other one. It did not have a plug in it. I went to town and got me an oil pressure gauge that I wanted to put on this baby. I wish I had gotten me a copper line to go with it. I didn't. And I was going to try to just hard connect it onto here. And the guy didn't have the stuff I needed to do it with. And after I got back, I got to thinking, well, if I'd have gotten a copper line, that would have been enough. I could have screwed it in with a copper line and hung it by the line, basically. But I stopped at the hardware store. They didn't have nothing to go with it. But I was thinking, well, I could still just put a gauge on here, even with that plastic line. I don't like to run them, but I can to get by. And that way when I crank this up, I can see what kind of oil pressure I got. Me and Charlie went to town. He's a funny little feller. He's been riding around a lot with Trish lately when she goes out. And he wanted to go today. I went in his house there to do something, probably to eat. And he like jumped up and went to the back door and like, okay, take me somewhere. And I thought it was kind of funny. I was going to take him out for a walk. I took him out and I put him in the car first. I was thinking about going to the store. And then I couldn't get him out of the car without, just picking him up and hauling him out, which I kind of hate to do. So I thought, well, I could go for a ride. I wanted to go in and get me a gauge anyway. So I went to the parts store, picked up an oil pressure gauge. And all. But I thought it was kind of funny me taking Charlie for a ride just because he wanted me to. That little dog, he might not be very big, but he takes control of our lives, I think. And he does a pretty good job of making us do what he wants us to do. Plus it's a little hot. Alright, I want that connection right there because I think that's going to be the one. I think that's going to be the one. Let's see. I think I could mount that gauge right back here and have it be out of the way. That clears the belt and everything. It's going to be easier to know what I can and can't do when I have more stuff on here, but I might just mount right there where that's sitting. That would be perfect as far as I'm concerned. As long as it's out of the way of everything that needs to be out of the way of. Let's see why that would hurt anything. Yep, can do. But my oil's just about stopped draining out, so I'll be able to get that thing down and clean it up a little bit. Put it back on there. Put a new gasket on it. That'll go in the parts washer, I believe.